Hey guys, hope you're well. The title of this video is that AI is removing the ability to think. And you've probably noticed this in your own life. Like, you have a task to do for your job, for your work, and your first thought, my first thought for sure, is to go to AI, to go to an algorithm based, data driven artificial intelligence source, which provides me my answer like this. Now, this is great. It's great for productivity. It's great for the speed of things. If you're in a business, it's great for profitability. But in terms of like personal human mind development, it stops us thinking. It genuinely stops us thinking unless you use it in the right way, which is really tricky. And I've fallen into this many times where I'll start to use AI for stuff that would have taken longer, but would had to meant I would have to think more if I didn't use it. So it's almost as if we're trading genuine hard thoughts, genuine thinking for quick convenience. And that's pretty much like the goal of companies. It's the goal of you know society in general. Like, make life more comfortable, right? Make it more convenient, make it easier for us. But I don't know how beneficial that is to the human psyche. It's almost as if we get everything handed to us on a platter, what are we chasing? What is there to struggle through? You know, if I have like a university problem, like a maths problem, for example, that is difficult, requires thinking, that is challenging, I can get the answer instantly. I can get that through AI. I just have to ask it and it will give it to me, right? Simple. But I'm not going to get the satisfaction that I would have got if I had done it myself. If I had thought about the question, if I had attempted it. And it's hard. It's difficult. It's really difficult to actively resist against the tools that society hands to us, which makes life more convenient. So, how do we resist? And I don't have the answer, to be honest with you, because I find myself falling into this a lot. But it's just something I noted. And I think as time goes on, as the years progress, and as AI grows in its increasing scary progression rate, like it is progressing extremely fast. I don't know how powerful AI will be in a couple of years. And I don't know if you saw, but there was this research paper written called AI 2027. I can put the link in the description. I'll put the link in the description to the video that explains it, because it explains it super clearly. The actual paper, there's some stuff that is a little tricky to understand, but check out the video. And it just talks about the risks of AI, and it's kind of scary. Like, it's genuinely concerning. One of them, one of the risks, which I think is probably the most scary towards humans and our ability to, actually think, but also in the future to even like survive, is that if AI continues at the progression rates as which it has been over the last year, then eventually we'll have AGI, which is artificial general intelligence. And this is the idea that if we have an agent, so like for example, ChatGPT, if we have a software, an artificial intelligence software that is so powerful that it creates its own feedback loop. So how this works is the agent has an objective, it has a goal. If that goal is slightly misaligned with humans' goal with something that is maybe more moral, it can essentially write its own code and redeploy a new, better version of itself. And this can be reinforced by the objectives that its system has. And basically, what happens is you have this feedback loop where AI, an AI agent, can improve itself by itself continuously at a rapid rate. So, what this means is that very quickly, the software will be more intelligent than the brightest human minds. It will be more intelligent than any human being. And it will continually develop because of the data it has, and therefore will continually redeploy itself. And so, very quickly, the AI model becomes smarter than the most impressive humans that have ever lived. And the problem is, if its objectives are not aligned to human objectives, it can be extremely detrimental to the point at which it can take over our systems and potentially essentially extinguish the human race. And that sounds like sci-fi, but one of the best and brilliant AI researchers, like many of the best and brilliant minds, all agree that this is a high probability of happening. It just depends on when. That's the disagreement. Like, is it going to happen in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years? We don't know. Unless something is stopped, like, unless some regulation, some sort of system is put in place to prevent this from happening, then it's a high chance that it could happen. Which is terrifying, because never mind AI stopping us from thinking intuitively by ourselves, we'll be so reliant on it to the point where it has the dominant power, right? It's just power theory. Like, if someone has more power, and we've seen this in geopolitical situations as well, they have the highest chance of persuasion, and they can leverage a lot. So scary, scary. And I just wonder about the job market as well. I wonder how many jobs might be lost, but also for jobs that require thinking, how many people might become incompetent if they don't resist this convenience tool. That's my thoughts. But of course, you can use AI for so many good use cases, and it speeds up productivity a lot. I just need to be careful about how much I use it and when I use it. So that's my thought. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that it's not going to stop us from intuitively thinking ourselves, and it's actually a useful tool to improve our thinking? And do you think it's going to become too powerful for us to handle, that we can't shut it down? Like, what do you think? Anyway, thanks for listening. Until next time.